Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So maybe if people would like to come on camera for a moment so that we can see each other, and maybe it will take a while that other people are coming in, so we can just say hello. Maybe also you want to share from where you are joining in, which country, which island. Please, you can share in the chat, and I might ask you also to share in between if I have questions. Feel free to share where you are right now. Northern Alberta, Canada, Oregon. I know that Isabel is in San Martin. Fran, Los Angeles. Still a place that is always in my mind. Some people know that. So I'm not sure if when I start the presentation, if I can still let people in. There were much more who have signed up, but otherwise we can also just start. I don't want to take too much time of everyone. So let me share my slides. Maybe I will wait just a minute or so. So maybe some information if everybody else otherwise can unmute. I Steffa and Linda, I can do that otherwise. Thank you. And also you might probably make sure that there's no other window, Facebook or the phone that can disturb us or you. That would be nice. So let me start the presentation. First of all, again, welcome to my masterclass. It's a while that I have done a masterclass, so I'm quite excited and very happy to have you here today. Thank you for this opportunity for me giving a masterclass. And my topic is about to double your worthiness, heal your inner drama, which also always comes back to heal the inner child. And I've been a person who has suffered a lot, but which is just it sounds so dramatic if I say suffered a lot. I haven't suffered at all, but in my mind I suffered. So if you ask me, I had a really bad childhood. If you ask my parents, they believe I had the best childhood ever. So there we already see this drama that we then also have in the family, that we talk about two different things. Oh, I see I can let people in during the presentation. That's great. So, and the topic is not just bringing you into the worthiness, the belief of worthiness, but it's really healing the inner child, liberating the inner child. Because this is the person that is creating the drama, because we are still connected to that. So if you're here, you probably feel also that your inner child needs some healing and needs some liberation. You probably dream of a better life, whatever this better means. Maybe you think of yourself as a drama queen because you see you are repeating drama over and over again, which is old childhood drama, of course. Can I just see, Stephanie, can I mute you? So that would be better. And you know that this inner turmoil is coming from the inner child. So this is where we want to look into. Or maybe you're here because you're just curious of what I'm talking about today. That's fine as well. But as I said, if you feel like a secret drama queen, because lots of old drama happens inside of you, then this class might help you. And if you have trauma from the past that keeps showing up in the present, that might be in your professional life or in your relationship, in your family or friendships, the trauma means that there is a wound inside that is recreating more trauma. So probably you would like to let that go. Or if you feel unseen, unheard, and unvalued, then this class might help you. Or you also would like to maybe learn a little bit more about healing strategies or what is possible to let go of this inner turmoil. You might ask yourself now, but how is she helping me today? Well, you're not alone with your feelings. I guess we all have a childhood that is still haunting us. And I would like to bring light into your questions that you have about yourself, about your drama, trauma, and also the question, why do I feel the way I feel today? Why is it so difficult to change? And what can I do to change? And I know a few of you who already work a lot on inner childhood, and it's really deep. This work that we have to do is a deep healing work. And what I have learned over the years, it's really a work of spiritual growth. It's nothing else. And what we often do when we feel unvalued, we are looking for the value and the approval from the outside. And the question is also, who would you be without the thought that your happiness depends on what others think, feel, say, or do? But already that is childhood trauma, that we think we need to do something special, maybe for the mother, so that we feel loved, or for the father, or for teachers, whatever they said to us in childhood, and it hurt us, we created beliefs that I'm not good enough the way I am. And then, of course, we are trying everything. You know, this classic people pleasing. This is a trauma response. We think if we please others, then we are fine. We are worthy. We are good enough. But that's the opposite. Instead of looking for that in the outside, we have to look for that in the inside, because it's still the inner child inside of us that tries to be worthy or valued or good enough. So I would like even to promise you that in 1 hour, your emotions will shift and you will get into this belief, I'm worthy. You will understand why you feel what you feel. You will get some tools that helps you to release blocks, and you will detect your drama and turn it into your power. Doesn't that sound great? So I could say, you're worthy, done, problem solved, go home. It's not working. But the question is, why is it not working? Why can't we believe that we are worthy? What is this pain inside that needs to be healed so that we can feel the worthiness? Because everything is around the feeling and not the thinking. I come later to this because there is the discrepancy between the brain and the heart. Even if I think, of course, I'm worthy. We can think that because there's no question, I'm worthy. But if the pain in the heart is so immense and I can't feel it, so the brain and the heart is not aligned, then we can think it over and over again, but we won't feel this worthiness. So what do you think how worthiness feels like? If you felt worthy now, what would it feel like in your body and what would you do? So maybe let's close our eyes for a moment and let's go into a little bit like a meditative state, just to feel deeper. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and connect with your body. The connection with the body nicely happens by connecting to the breath. Just feel your inhalation and feel the exhalation. Really feeling this moment, feeling how you're sitting, Feel your sit bones. Feel the feet on the floor. Feel your shoulders relax, your facial muscles relax. And come deeper into your heart. Feel into your heart. For the moment, just observe, what is the feeling like? What is the energy right now in your heart space? Breathing deeply in and deeply out. And how would your relationship be with your husband, your wife, your partner, if you felt 100% worthy of love right now? What would that feel like? How would your lifestyle look like if you felt 100% worthy of the best? Feeling it. And if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a business, how would closing one sale every day, how would that feel like? How would it impact your overall business and life? And how would your Monday morning be different if you started the week filled with worthiness? Just imagine a life, no question. I am worthy. And then take another deep breath in. When you're ready, come back to time and space. And please feel free to write in the chat what came up for you. How did it feel like being worthy? Any new insights? Can I see the chat? Feels freeing. Thanks, Tony. It feels freeing. Anybody else felt something? Calm in the heart. Peace. It's light and free and peaceful. Exactly. Feels clear. Expansive. It's very good. I like that. Yeah, and this is what it is about. If we can tap into this feeling, grounded and liberating as well, when we can tap into that, it shifts the whole energy of our being. And as you know, our inside creates the outside. So if we feel grounded, liberated, expansive, and clear, we would also create more from this feeling. And this is why it's important to create this feeling and to heal what is holding us off from feeling worthy. So let me tell you a little bit about me, about me and my worthiness feeling. If you look at this photo, I found this photo, my mom sent it to me. It's my little brother and me sitting in a bathtub. Look at me with my angry face, as if I've known already I deserve a real pool. I deserve rich parents. What happened to me? Why I was born in this family, in this village, in the wrong place. This was my main feeling all my childhood long. I had the feeling I was born in the wrong place, in the wrong family. I hated my family. I hated everything in my life. And I was really surprised looking at this photo. I was like, oh my gosh, look in these eyes. This kid knows already she's in the wrong place. And I always knew I just not want to have a pool, I want the ocean. I really always had in my mind, I need beach and sunshine. I want to be free of all these energies and pains that I carried. So I was angry for many, many years in my life. But I must say, I made it from an unhealthy executive to living my dream life by the beach through lots of healing work, believe me. Maybe if you want to know a little bit more about my story, as I said, my childhood, adolescent was really painful. And even though I said I never want to get married, I got married. So I did something which was obviously not aligned, but I followed society. I thought this is expected. You are a woman, you have to get married, you probably feel safer. That's also why I picked a safe job, safe studies of civil engineering, even though my dream was studying art in Italy. But there was so much fear leaving my family. You cannot imagine, even though I hated all that life, I was not able to leave. So I stayed. I followed the life that everybody is following. I got married, I studied, I got an amazing job. Obviously, I did a great job. They promoted me to become a managing director. But at that time, I was already so sick and unhappy that the night before I started the job as being a managing director, my husband and I decided to separate. So that was a very hard day, the next day going to work, fresh out of a separation. And I didn't want to talk about that. So I pretended I'm still happily married. That was very hard, not living my truth. But I thought that's much safer, not showing what I've been through, because I knew a friend who went through that. He was blamed for all the problems they had then in the company. And I thought, like, I'm a woman, separated, everything what goes wrong, they will blame on me. So I played this happily living wifey, which was very hurtful. At one point, I had to understand either I change or I die. And I'm not kidding. I was really so sick and unhappy. I really thought I will die. And I started finding healers and coaches. And after the separation, I went to the Caribbean for the first time. And the moment I sat at the beach, I knew this is home. I was sitting, watching the ocean, and I felt for the first time, I'm home. This is exactly what feels aligned and what I was craving, what I was wanting in my life. So then I started thinking, okay, this life in Germany cannot be the only one the universe has for me. That cannot be the only job. So what can I do? I started doing more healing. I left also the company and I started coming to the Caribbean, first of all, to learn French, and started a job in the first place also to learn the language. But then this guy thought I'm doing a great job. I started as a personal trainer, totally different than being an engineer or managing director. But he paid me and I thought, like, oh my gosh, I can live with this money. And then my brain was like, okay, what else can I do? And I started making lists of bullet points and what do I want? How can I do it? What can I do to make it possible? And I started also trusting more. So I added more of certifications, and 5 years later that I've been here, 7 years later, I bought a house finally in Guadeloupe and I wrote my first book. And finally, for my 50th birthday, I also went to Florence for art school, because when we feel what we want, when we have a deep desire, a heart's desire, we can do anything to get there. I'm super convinced of this now. And we just have to tap into this desire and needs and wishes. And we can add more life to our life and feeling worthy of it. And this is, I think, the work When we do this, we can move forward into the direction where we want to live. So what if your life starts to flow the moment you feel worthy of that life you desire? Just now with this little exercise, you felt grounded, liberated, free, expansive. What do we need to feel this so that we can create from this energy? What holds us back are the thoughts. Thoughts like, I'm not worthy of it. I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough. These are all thoughts that we create through inner child drama. Like when I saw later in life, I went to a school where there were only lawyer kids, doctor kids. They had pools at home. They went on vacation several times a year. So for me, it was like, they deserve it, but I don't do. And I compared, like, of course, their parents have more money than mine, so they can do it. Their parents are more educated, so they deserve it. We create really drama thoughts in our mind because of what we have been through. But understanding that's just a thought, it's just energy, we can shift that. And we don't need to stuck to our past. What's also important is the understanding of the difference of the subconscious and the conscious mind. And I guess everybody here knows that we are guided through our subconscious mind, but mostly we don't know what is stuck in the subconsciousness, all the negative emotions and thoughts, the fears, the negative self-image that's inside under the surface, which is guiding us. They are then the beliefs that we have created and the programs we have learned through family, culture, the country we have lived in. All this is guiding us. And without knowing, we are lost because we think we know what we want. There's logical thinking. I know I want to live at the beach, but if I, in my heart space, feel you're not deserving it, I will never arrive at the beach. So this is why it's important to understand what's in the subconsciousness, what is guiding me, what is really my conscious willpower, and how can I manage to get where I want to go. We can also zoom in the same conscious, unconscious symbol with the anger. If we have the anger just popping up, and there's so much more beneath the anger. We feel rejected, we feel exhausted, we feel annoyed, we feel disappointed, we feel offended, hurt, worried. And all this is just showing up as anger. But if we don't look, what is the real problem? Why am I exhausted? Why do I feel attacked? Why do I feel guilty? If we can't resolve this subconscious feelings and emotions, we just feel angry. We just don't feel worthy. We just feel I don't deserve it. And through the drama, we create the disappointment, the regret in life, embarrassed feelings from old situations. And this is holding us back. This is holding us in our drama. To understand more is that we need to know there is a physical DNA, and the drama in the DNA can be something like our physical appearance. We hate our red hair. We have a disease. Of course, we probably would hate a disease. And then we tap into this, oh, I have it from my dad. And we create probably more resentments. But the more we believe the story, the more we stay stuck to the drama and in the drama. And often this is something that creates, I'm a victim. And because of this, then we are falling into this blaming, shaming, guilting game, and we stay stuck. So bringing deeper awareness and understanding to this, what is in our physical DNA, helps us to get out of the drama. Then there's emotional DNA, and everything that changed our DNA through trauma will be seen in our DNA. There can be a violence, shock, accidents. It's in our DNA. And so we live with this inner energy. But also positive incidents are in our DNA, and we could tap into that power. For example, immigrants who moved from in the Second World War from Poland to America, or Italy to America, or Germans to America, and who managed to create a business, to create a new life. Their future family members, kids, they have in the emotional DNA, I'm strong, I can change, I can make something. The person who did not make it, of course, transmits the emotions of I'm a failure. So having more knowledge and bringing this into the consciousness, this is where we can shift in our emotional DNA. And there's also the spiritual DNA, the connection to the mystic, the God, the higher self, which is the heart space. And the spirit is remembering. And the spirit is also an opportunity. And we know that spiritual pain makes us sick and spiritual healing makes us healthy. So what is important is to come into oneness in body, mind, and soul, and with the earth. The connection to the earth, to nature, is super important. That strengthens us and can give us more power. And on this level, we've seen a lot of damage from Middle Ages, which were also called Dark Ages, the famine, the epidemic diseases, everything that has created trauma, the financial collapse, burning the witches, or Christianism is really something that is hurting in our spiritual DNA. Just a question, does this resonate with you right now? Have you got an idea where you probably carrying drama, which is not even yours, emotionally, you're emotionally connected to a person, you're feeling, now you know, you're feeling what that person felt. Or maybe you remember something happened in your lineage, a trauma, a violence. Is there anything that you recognize right now? Maybe if you want to share, let me know. If anything pops up, everything got clearer where you are stuck in the past, to family, to genes. What is bothering you? It can be something not even heavy, but as long as there is a belief, sometimes like I hate my red hair, can create so much resentment toward the family, toward the past, the whole ancestry, that it blocks us to move forward. Anything, somebody said something, some aspects of all of them, I can imagine. There was more. Restricted in, okay. Restricted in a bathtub with a sibling. Yeah. Oh, we have so many experiences we had with siblings. It's haunting us. If we don't clear that, it's really haunting us. We don't even think about it, that can be a heavy weight or something pulling us back, but it does. There's so much work, energetical work, that we need to do with siblings. It's unbelievable. Fear and anxiety, anger from mom's experience. Exactly. We are holding on, we are carrying this baggage. It holds us back. What comes up in my grandpa on dad's side fled the war from Holland to Canada. I wonder if it's my DNA. That free. It is. It is. And maybe I know you would like to live somewhere else, but maybe this is the fear that holds you away from moving to a place with sunshine, because moving somewhere else to a totally different area is connected to fleeing. And as long as you think now you're fleeing, and who knows what that grandpa has experienced on his way of fleeing, that's in your DNA. That's something you try not to feel. Or it's just the fear that I would feel it. So that's super, that's amazing, Stephanie. You could work on that and clearing the grandpa who fled. So moving is not fleeing. Already bringing this into your awareness maybe gives you already much more power of thinking of, yeah, I want to live where there's more sunshine. Nice. Thanks for sharing that. So where are you addicted to drama thoughts? Being stuck in the brain and not connecting to the heart is what holds us back. And sometimes, I've seen it many times, I kept addicted to the drama, addicted and looking on the problem instead of looking at the solution. And it is such a big difference in the way how we can change. So what I realized first when I was on my lowest rock bottom after separation, and again, I did this job for 2 years as a managing director, but I had the feeling this is a product the world doesn't need. So I had to tap back into my desire to live at the beach. It was my deepest heart's desire. And it was guided by many dreams. When I took a coach after the separation, I needed help. And this coach, we analyzed a lot of my dreams. And you cannot imagine how many cruise ships I had in my dreams. I was sitting at the beach, or I had dreams where I was in the mud, really the office filled with mud. And my coach just said, Petra, how many more images do you need to understand? And this is also when I learned, like, we really know it is trusting ourselves and getting to what we desire. What also helps is tapping into intuition and letting go of the drama and tapping into the power. It needs to overcome this addiction to the drama and always addicted to this. I'm not worthy. I don't deserve this. I'm a victim. We can tell this over and over again, but it won't change anything in life. At one point, we need to understand, and now it's enough. By doing healing, of course, and tapping into the intuition and the desire, we also have to make decisions. I'm in my power and I can do whatever I want. And it's always about the soul's fulfillment. We are human beings, so there is a human fulfilling in this life, fulfillment, but there's also the soul fulfillment. And if I'm very sure that this soul fulfillment will come through one day. Like I said, I wanted to study art, and on my 50th birthday, I found this power. I made the decision, and now I'm going. And we have to let go of there need to be a certain time. I don't regret anything. I'm now convinced that also the path wasn't going to Florence when I was 18. I think that I was really not ready for that. So we have to go a certain path to get where we are. And so also thinking of where we are today, it's totally fine. And with every day, we can learn more, tap more into the desire, into our intuition, tapping into our power. And what also is needed is the courage to overcome this human fulfillment and being guided and tapping into the soul's desire, really overcoming the subconscious beliefs, limiting beliefs. What helped me, of course, the connection with my dreams, my intuition, and the connection energetically, emotionally, and getting into the alignment with body, mind, and soul, and the earth. Really, doing yoga helped me so much to stay grounded, be connected, and understanding the earth and the universe as part of the co-creation. It's immense if we can tap into that. And finally, also, it is about the right inspired action. But that will happen, I'm sure, the more we align the actions with our deepest desire, the thoughts and the emotions, then we do the right inspired action. We just take it. So again, it was mainly my desire, the intuition, the decision-making process, courage, the connection to body, mind, and soul, and taking the right action. And this is really where I see my mission, helping you to create a life also full of confidence and clarity. As I said, I struggled so much, crippling anxiety, constant pain, constant self-doubt, questioning my worth and my abilities, blaming my family. It was immense. I was really the victim, but overcoming this is what brings us to the other side. And through my journey of self-discovery and personal development, I really found the confidence and clarity that transformed my life. And I see my purpose in this now, to help you, to help others, to create the same, to tap into this alignment. And I also have a vision that guiding you towards emotional healing and recovery within by providing compassionate and supportive approach is really important. I can see everybody stepping into leadership and success, because when I did it, everybody else can do it. And knowing you will be able to live a healthy relationship with your family, with yourself, in your love relationship, with the workplace, wouldn't that be amazing? So what do you envision for yourself? If you again, maybe just close your eyes and let one vision come up. What do you envision for yourself? Or maybe tapping into your heart's desire. What would that be? Okay, maybe it's too early to understand your deepest desire, but we can go on and do another exercise also. I hope everybody has a pen and a paper, a journal book, something to write. It's a short exercise, and you probably have done it already, maybe with another coach or whatever kind of courses. Yeah, Tony, living more from the soul and less from my role. That's exactly it. We feel we have to play a role, but we have to liberate ourselves from that. This is exactly why I ended up as a civil engineer and a wife, because I thought that's a role society expects from me. So if you're ready and have a pen and paper, the circle of life is mainly, if you draw a circle on your paper and divide it into 12 parts, or you just write the words down and then put the numbers next to it. And just to see where you feel very low in your worthiness and happiness, and where, in which area of your life you already feel great. Let's say great, amazing, fulfilled. So before we start again, close your eyes and just take 3 deep breaths in, tapping back into your heart space, and let also the answers come from your heart space. Don't think, just feel into it. So if you think of creativity on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is fulfilled, 1 is very low. Where do you feel yourself? You can just write creativity and the number. And then feel into your finances. How financial stable, content, how do you feel? In the area of job, career, between 1 and 10, how fulfilled? And then looking at your education level. Between 1 and 10, are you fulfilled? Would you like to learn more? What is your health, your physical health and activity? How often do you cook at home? Between 1 and 10. Very important, it says something. And your home environment, how does it feel being at home? Do you feel happy, fulfilled, content? Between 1 and 10. 10 is good, great. Your relationship with the loved one. Don't think, just feel. Let the number appear. About your social life, between 1 and 10. Is it fulfilled? Is it kind of low? The joy level, how is that? And then your spirituality level, how does that feel? And then just have a look. If you have drawn a circle, does it look like a circle or more like a spider web? Or maybe also somebody wants to share which is the lowest area, which is the best area. What do you think about this? You give me an idea. Anybody wants to share something? Social life is my lowest at the moment. Creativity is the lowest. Best is creativity for somebody else. Relationship, the lowest. Home cooking is so important. That's your lowest. Well, home cooking also is connected to mainly healthy food, what's the best word? How we value ourselves also. And do we take time at home? It's a form of self-love, cooking for someone, for oneself. Maybe looking into that. And also looking, don't you like home cooking? Or is it something you grew up with? Or is it something, for example, my mom, she cooked hours. And for me, cooking is like, oh my gosh, that's so much work. And it's for the others. So I'm also not a big fan of home cooking, even though I cook for myself. But it is connected to emotions also with a lot of work. I find joy in cooking and sharing food with others, trying new recipes, eating food from others' home. Yeah. That's amazing. Creativity, physical activity, finance, home cooking environment, all the lowest. Yeah, now that you have an idea, what is the lowest, what is the highest, maybe think a little bit deeper about it. Why is it low? Why is it difficult to invest more into this? Do you feel worthy if you would invest into this? What is the feeling that comes up? Spirituality and social life are the highest. I think that's a good life. Yeah, but the thing is, we would like to find kind of balance. There can be parts that are low, but maybe that low, you can be okay with it, or you know why. And the more we know why, it can shift on its own. It's always about the knowledge and the understanding, so that we understand we are not guided by a subconscious thing that keeps us low. If you decide, I want to be alone, so social life would be like a 1 or 2, but if this is chosen, that doesn't mean it's bad. Yeah, judgment for you. If you really want to change that, maybe it's important to look into this. What is holding you back, or what does it mean for you? What needs to be changed or shifted to create a more social life? Sometimes also, we often say like introvert people, we like being alone, but often it's introvert people are just afraid, and we call it introvert. So it depends on what's really going on the inside. But the more we know and understand about ourselves, the easier we can shift and change into the direction where we would like to go to. So that's amazing. I think that we got a little bit of deeper understanding where everybody is, and you can continue journaling about it. And also then check with yourself, your desire. How about your intuition, your decision making? Is there courage to do the next step? How is the connection with yourself? and what could be the next inspired action. What I said, if we are not changing, that means we are staying stuck, and often we are staying addicted to the problem. And that's why we are in this loop. And it's the ego that wants you to stay in the loop, repeating the same cycle over and over again. This is what feels comfortable and safe. So the egoic mind, since this is all that it knows, wants to stay there. And of course, we don't want to tell us, oh, I'm afraid. No, we find excuses why we stay there. It's comfortable. And it's said like we prefer the known hell instead of the unknown heaven. And it's a little bit like that. We stay stuck and addicted to the problem. The opposite would be the spiral. Your intuition calls you to make gradual changes in your life that lead toward ongoing evolution, development, and transcendence. The pure consciousness can see past the repeating cycles of the mind and urges you to move beyond what you think you know. And this is seeing the solution. And often it's about what you think you know. We know, we also know what we don't know. And we just don't want to see it. And this is also when I do the family constellation work. This is when everything pops up, and it pops up because we already knew. We knew about the secret. We knew about the violence in our grandparents. We knew. But the moment it comes to the surface, this is when we can really see the solution and also change. So here is a little list of tools and also modalities. Turning your emotional drama into the power involves transforming your inner struggles into the sources of strength and growth. What I said, acknowledgement of the emotions. Instead of suppressing or avoiding your emotions, embrace them. Recognize they carry valuable messages about your needs and desires. Now what you've seen in your circle, now that you know, acknowledge what you know and what you feel. Then shifting the perspective, reframe your emotional drama as an opportunity for self-awareness and growth. And ask yourself, what can I learn from this, rather than being consumed by it? Channel your energy. Use the intensity of your emotions to fuel creative or productive outlets, whether through art, writing, goal setting, journaling, all these. The creativity is channeling your energy. That's why it's so important to tap into creativity. Setting boundaries. The drama often comes from unresolved issues. By setting boundaries, you protect your energy and focus on what truly matters. And another one is develop emotional resilience. Practice mindfulness and self-compassion. When you face emotional turmoil, remind yourself that you're capable of handling it. Each time you navigate through emotional drama, you build inner strength. So what I have seen, and mainly my tools, is the shift of mindset, the shift of limiting beliefs, or more like releasing the limiting beliefs, the heart and brain coherence, because the heart is guided by the thoughts, the brain is guided by the emotions. If these are not aligned, we can't get what we want and we can't go where we want to go. We need the alignment because we are working on frequencies, and we need to get into the frequencies of what we want. So thinking, I want to live at the beach, but feeling I'm not worthy of it. I can't do this. I don't have the finances. That feeling is totally against the thought. So I would never go there. It's tapping into the higher consciousness as well, the universe, because everything it's much more than we think it is. And focusing on the what and letting go of the how is also how the co-creation works with the higher consciousness and the universe. So are you ready to stop the drama and step into your power. Maybe just answer this question for yourself now, or if you want to share. But if you're ready, I'm super excited to announce that I have created a method that helps you to liberate all this, what is holding you back, and brings you into the oneness and brings you into the love, the luminosity, and the yes saying. And you have seen my path of healing. Well, I say 2005 to 2009, but it was much, much longer. I started the whole marriage like since 1997. I started working on myself because, like I said, I never wanted to get married. And then I was married. And then I had to face myself living an untruth, living with something which was not me. So I already did a lot of healing while being married. And that also led me to understanding I need to get out here. And you can certainly see lolly is the L-O-L-L-Y that brings us this yummy lolly that often is connected to contentment and sweetness. And oh, finally we got what we wanted. And this program is containing group coaching, and we will meet once a week over 8 weeks, but I'm adding 2 bonus weeks, so it's a whole 10 weeks. And I'm planning to start on the 17th of October. And this is for those of you who want to liberate your inner child, who want to overcome the inner turmoil, who know there is more for you, who are fed up living with the pain, who want to have clarity and confidence for maybe changing the life completely, or creating a business, or leaving a husband, or finding another one. Whatever that is for you, who finally feel they deserve more health and wealth, who are ready to tap into the spiritual being and want to connect with the soul. Because often this work is really the deepest soul's desire that wants to come forward. So if this is for you, you would be in the group coaching. We do meditation. I do energy healing with my clients and groups. There might be journaling exercises. There's theta healing. There's a lot of subconscious belief and healing work, like also with family constellation. And of course, my high intuition work is coming into the program. And we can call it like inner peace mastery, from childhood trauma to adult triumph. If you're wondering if this is for you, maybe look in your past. Did you grow up with dreams that you felt were impossible to achieve? Or have you always felt a pull toward a different kind of life, one filled with passion and purpose? Or today, do you currently feel trapped in a job or relationship that doesn't fulfill you? Or are you experiencing physical or emotional symptoms from living a life that doesn't align with your true self? Or maybe if you look at your future, do you dream of a future where you live by the beach, bask in the sunshine, and do what you love every day? Or maybe it's the mountains for you, another city, just a different life, maybe just a different job, maybe no job anymore. Are you ready to transform your life and create a reality that brings you joy, health, and happiness? Feel into that. So my offer today is this group coaching program, and the price is €9.99 if you sign up until tomorrow night. And there is a link, and I will also share the link later. But this is really an intense program over the next 10 weeks, so to say. And it's only for you if you also do your inner work during the calls. It doesn't help just coming to the call and listen and, oh yeah, that sounds good. No, it's really work. It's inner work, and this inner work everybody needs to do for themselves. But when you do the work, I guarantee healing, the experience of a significant reduction in your emotional pain and physical symptoms within these 10 weeks. I also guarantee transformation, to begin to feel a profound sense of inner peace and alignment in your body and soul. I guarantee support. You feel fully supported and understood through your healing journey. And I guarantee clarity. You gain crystal clear insight into the root of your emotional and physical pain in these 10 weeks. It's a proven process. I'm doing this for over 10 years now. I'm a proven example, and so are other clients. Here's a testimonial. If you're holding onto long-held emotions that are preventing you from moving forward in your life, I highly recommend Petra to assist and guide you to free yourself from these hidden unconscious beliefs. She helped me to transform deeply held beliefs in a super short time that were causing emotional distress and unhappiness rooted in fear. And this is what clients often say. It's a short amount of time that we need. Some people had years of working with a therapist and not much has changed because it's more talking therapy. But here we go deep, deep, deep into the cells. We shift the emotional DNA, physical DNA, spiritual DNA. And another client, she said, I came to realize that I still had quite a bit of work to do in regard to healing past trauma. I signed up for the 12-week program with Petra, and I have to say it was a life-changing experience. I wanted more of a work-life balance and clarity in my life goals. In the process, I came to realize that I still had quite a bit of work to do in regard to healing past trauma. The guided meditations with Petra are powerful. I'm so grateful to Petra for getting me to that breakthrough where I finally let go of the past. And it is really in the past. No matter what you want to do, new business, a new relationship, if you create it from the point of the inner hurt child, you create what you have had all your life. So this inner child needs to release all the trauma and drama, and you have to become the person who you want to be in this business, in this relationship. You are not this person if you are always working through this hurt inner child. So the transformation will certainly be on your pain level. Right now, your pain might be you feel inadequate. Your self-sabotage, you feel unresolved childhood trauma, you feel emptiness, lack of deep connections, lack of clarity, and a lack of confidence. But this pain can be liberated so that you feel adequate, you feel your self-love, you see your childhood in a different life. Happiness, creating connections, having clarity and confidence. Maybe your obstacles today are your suppressing emotions and needs in childhood, holding on to emotional burdens and past trauma, fear of facing the painful memories and emotions. That's an obstacle. But if we are liberating that and acknowledging your emotions, the needs and desires, you're setting boundaries, you're stepping up for yourself, that's a big liberation from this inner child that was hurt. So the transformation will be to tap into your desired outcome, the deep awareness of your subconscious patterns and beliefs, the relief from emotional burdens, and having clarity in professional and love life so that you can create health and wealth and going after your next goals by feeling worthy. So again, the offer is 50% off, is $9.99 for the 10 weeks. And you can sign up through the link. You will get also an email with the replay and the link will be inside. And if you have questions, you can also sign up for a call and have a call with me. So again, to have the overview of the program, it's the liberation of pain and emotions. The outcome will be the liberation from emotional pain and past traumas, feeling lighter and more at peace. The oneness, which is what I said, so important to bring oneness into body, mind, and soul, and oneness with yourself, the earth, and the universe. The love. Not many people know the feeling of love. We have an idea, and mainly it was created through what we have seen in childhood. The way how parents acted to each other, with each other, created for us the beliefs, oh, this is what marriage looks like. This is what love looks like. Often it's not what it does. So some healing on this level would be amazing and liberating. And you can tap into your light, being luminous, having the outcome of increased joy, enthusiasm, and vibrancy in life. And the main important is saying yes to yourself, learning to say yes to yourself and to life. Because each time you say yes to something else, you say no to yourself. And that's this whole thing of people pleasing, not being worthy, not deserving. That is when we cannot say yes to ourselves. So shifting that would be amazing. And it feels like savoring this lolly that you had in childhood that calmed you down, that made everything forget. But this time it's a real lolly, true deep joy. There should be a nice picture. And healing comes from moving forward, from finding the courage to face a new day with hope. It's about choosing to live for today, not being held captive by yesterday. It's about giving yourself the compassion and grace you need to heal. So take a step away from the past. And we only can move forward if we stop repeating the past. Are you worthy now? Do you feel this worthiness? I think it's done, it's solved. Let's do it. And to finish, before we go into Q&A, I wanted to have a short meditation with you. So I invite you now to find your comfortable seat. Sit straight. Release your shoulders. Find your feet on the floor. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Let's take 3 deep heart breaths. Breathing in from the backside of your heart space. And breathing out to the front side. Breathing in from the backside. Breathing out to the front side. And one more time. And then stay in your heart space and connect with your inner child. This younger version of you that feels unseen, unheard, unloved. And just feel into it, the energy, the emotion. And let this inner child show you what it makes so difficult to change, to feel worthy. How does it serve holding still back? How does it feel not being ready? And then feel deeper. Is it true? Is it not ready? What if this inner child was ready already? Stepping out, stepping up. What does the inner child need to feel ready, to feel worthy of moving on, of letting the past in the past, releasing the old pain, drama, trauma from the DNA, from ancestors. Now let's create an image, you and your inner child, looking at the parents. And just looking at them and feeling love and gratitude for the parents, just for the fact they have given you your life. And then feel this love and gratitude. I have my life. Thanks of you, mom and dad. I have my life. Just be aware of the energy. I have my life. I thank you. And now see behind them your grandparents, behind your mother, her parents, behind your father, his parents. And let the love and gratitude flow to them. Thanks to you, I have my life. I'm worthy of living my life. You gave me my life. I'm worthy to live it. And behind your grandparents, see your grandparents. And sending deep love and gratitude to them. Thank you for having given me my life. I'm worthy. And then bring in another generation and another generation. Feel this crowd of ancestors, your family. And let your siblings appear, cousins, uncle, aunts. Look at them. I'm thankful and grateful for having my life. I release what isn't mine. I thank you for the lessons. And now I make the best out of my life. And feel the love and gratitude from your ancestors toward you. They're proud. What you do for them. What you heal for them. What you heal, future generations doesn't need to heal. I'm worthy of healing. And here it stops. I am the cycle breaker. Now bring your hands onto your heart space. Feel the love and gratitude for yourself, for your path that you have walked until today, for your inner child that was guiding you, that is ready and worthy now. I am worthy. And now I make the best out of my life. And I invite you to set a grounding cord from your heart space down into the earth. Connect with the earth. You can add another grounding cord with the label, I'm worthy. And feeling that energy, I am worthy. I have this now. And I am safe. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale, recharge each cell of your body with this new worthiness. Inhale again. Exhale, recharge. One more time, breathing in. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and be back to time and space. Thank you so much for showing up today. And remember, what you seek is seeking you. Now I will stop this share and I am here. If you have any questions, I would like to answer your questions, or we can have a little discussion. What came up for you? You can turn your microphone on. Let me know if you have a question or just a comment, something you would like to mention. Sheila, thank you. You like the meditation. Did you get the feeling of the, thank you, Fran, for coming. Did you got an image of the ancestors? Did you get a feeling? Who would like to share? Sheila?
I did, and I've been researching a little bit about some of my more recent ancestors because a lot of the stories were lost. So, um, kind of like, I guess in a way, it's been a process of relearning, reimagining, and reframing. So that was a really nice meditation to bring into the work that I've been doing on that.
That's amazing. And could you see like the images and the feeling you had a connection to the ancestors, parents?
Mm-hmm. And I had some mental images of ones that I've never met before that, they died way before I was born. So that was a really interesting experience too.
Wow, maybe look into that. That's when this person shows up, there is something to it.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
it's worthwhile looking into that. You might have maybe a virtue of this person or a belief that is attached to you. So look into that. Thank you.
Mhm.
Anybody else? Linda, you often get good images and connections. How do you feel?
I feel good. This really dovetails in this past Friday. I had probably the most remarkable tarot reading I've ever had in my life. And I was blown away by the reader. I had not met her before. And she had like 3 pages of information that she had already gotten. And then the cards were just bing, bang, boom, 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 boom. And a lot of it was ancestral healing. um, attached to the trauma I went through, like I had shared with you, for 9 months last year. And there was just a profound empowerment and awareness of that. So during this, I felt that I could really feel my mother and my brother, especially in the trauma aspect of it. And I felt them like applauding and, you know, moving forward. In fact, that's one of the first words she told me when I walked in is it's time to move forward.
Oh,
And so this was really, a great dovetail from that. And, over this weekend, especially, I felt a real shift in, I'm very empathic and intuitive. As you know, we've worked together, and I have had a challenging time of people projecting their own stuff onto me, and then it becomes me. And so that was more clear. And this working today with even doing that meditation was helpful in kind of even more cementing that distinction of what's mine and what isn't. And it was very powerful. I'm loving the synchronicities that are showing up in my life. They're really profound when I have, during that awful period, felt the most disconnected in my life I've ever felt. And so to feel this, on board again and coming even more so, and the timing of this is quite amazing. And I love your meditations anyway, always, always.
thank you
You
so
know
much.
I love you. No, I love you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, red. She's so cute.
Yeah. Thanks, Isabel.
You.
No, but like you said, this weekend, I don't know what came up because I also had so many synchronicities this weekend with the ancestral, and I had planned this masterclass end of September, but so many things happened and I couldn't do it. And so I said, like, I take more time. And just this weekend, everything what happened made everything so much clearer. And I also like you said, Linda, we know the universe is really playing for us. These synchronicities is sometimes now I can only laugh about stuff that is happening. And we have like a strike on the island for the last 2-3 weeks. They cut off the electricity a lot. So I was kind of like, oh, hopefully it will stay today. But because of that, I started reading real books again. And I had bought a book in March in Germany, which is about ancestral work and connecting to ancestors. And because of the cutoffs, I was reading this book now for a week. And even this weekend, like you said, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't know, the veil is so thin, I think. And I was reading the book, and it's a German guy talking about healing ancestors and with Germany, the Holocaust and everything. He's talking a lot about the trauma we Germans carry. And I mean, he wrote about, I was like, that happened to my grandfather. This is my grandfather. This is, and everything popped up. And the connection was so intense. And yesterday, and we know if it's right, if it resonates, we are there and we just try. And we know this energy is moving through us. And I know my grandfather died, mother's side, when my mother was 2. He got shot in the war. And from the back, he was just running behind his horse because the horse was because of a bomb running away. And he ran behind the horse to get his horse, and he got shot in the back. And then he was explaining what this energy can do. And for years, I have the feeling my little brother, he's behaving like the father of my mother. And then he explained that this kind of death can create stiffness in other members later in the body. My little brother has multiple sclerosis. He's stiff like hell, and he's behaving really, I'm so annoyed And I did so much coaching on this to accept their soul contracts, my mom's and my brother's soul contract. There is the soul contract. My coach already did. Petra, you don't know what their soul contract is. And I started to accept in this. And then since my father died, my little brother is behaving like a father for my mother. And I'm like, I can see that. They can't, because they are so deep in that trauma. But then in this book, it's explaining everything. And I was just, and it resonated so much. I was crying here yesterday, and so many other stories in this book. And then me sitting here and thinking about my ancestors, grandparents, mother, father, my older brother sending me, he created a video yesterday of just photos of my parents. And I'm like, oh,
Oh my,
continue
oh
crying.
my.
But can you see this? And I mean, this is so beautiful how the universe is supporting us in our healing. It's
Yes,
unbelievable.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
It really is. Well, we're in Libra season, and that's the Libra is excuse me. Libra is the mirrored self, and Aries is the bridge of a self-realization. So we're seeing our fragments or perhaps distortions or reality as we move towards self-realization. And this is the last eclipse set that we just went through with that access, and so it's coming right to us. And we each have a different reflection. And the veil is very thin, plus we're getting really close to Scorpio season, and that's another ball game too. So yeah, it was a profound weekend of healing, and self-realization. And what does that really look like? Yeah.
No, I think
So,
it's such an amazing work. And the more you do, the more you understand the science. And it is really happening for you. Everything is happening for us. And also, if you tap into that, you can accept so many more things, and you suffer so much less.
Yes. And it's happening, if it happens to one of us, it happens to the collective. They might not know that at the time, but it's happening. But at the same time, this is my own and your own journey, and no one has, that's another thing. No one has the right to tell me what they think I should do.
Oh no.
And so there's a real sense of empowerment that has come over me too, where I just like, us cancers are lovely, amazing people. We are, but we get to the point like, I've had it with you, and that's it.
That's true.
That's it. And that's where I am.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
It feels good. It's very good. Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
You're the best, girl. You are so good.
No, thank you. Thank you. You are the best. We're all the best. We're all on our path of being the best.
Celebrating.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Sheila, I will look the book. I will send you I will see if I can find it in English. But it's also, I bought it in March, and now I start reading it, and it wouldn't have been so intense if I had read it earlier, but also I was supposed to read it earlier. So this question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
Sheila, you speak German. I didn't know that.
My grandmother came from Germany, and I wanted her to teach me when I was a kid, and then I took it in school, and then I've been back to visit some of the relatives. So,
oh, nice.
Wow.
So you also have lots of German trauma.
yeah. Among others.
Exactly. But it's so intense. These I have the feel there's so much from the era of the Second World War, which is coming. We heal so much trauma from that time.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It is. It really is. It really was. Yeah. And these 3 months that we're in, the last part of the month, the astrology that I do is different than other kinds of astrology. These are October, November, December are the physical months where it starts to land in the physical of all that you've been doing this year, spiritual, mental, emotional, then physical. So we're landing. And so
Nice.
it's only going to get more intense, more intense.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking
For,
forward
for,
to that. Give it to me.
yeah,
Ready, we are prepared.
well, I'm already seeing other people, coaches calling 2025 the year of miracles.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're in this really intense time of really honing in on your purpose and what are your gifts that you alone are meant to give, and be of service in. And that feels very real to me also.
Yeah.
And it's not just one, we have multiple gifts. So
Yeah.
anyway, but yeah, here we go. So
Thank you for sharing.
thank you.
Anybody else, a question or something to share? Otherwise, I had planned an hour, but thank you that you are staying longer. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Very good. Mhm.
Just thank you again, and thank you for the open discussion at the end and for everybody's input. This has been a really, really valuable session.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, I want to do more of this and like little teachings and sharing Q&A, and that would be amazing. Because
Yeah.
we're all amazing healers. Everybody has something to share. That's really nice.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, everyone, for showing up and
Thank you.
doing your work. And if you have any questions, you can also send me a message, email, whatever. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. All
See
right.
you.
We'll see
Thank you,
you.
Pedro. It was good. So
Bye-bye.
good.
Thank you.
I love the meditation and yeah, and I even love the name of your program.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Yes, that's a darling name. Oh my gosh. That's
I love
perfect.
methods.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Probably is
Yeah.
channeled through my inner child. If you knew how many lollies I've eaten in my childhood.
Oh, very
And I
good.
still do. I found an amazing lolly, which is for seasickness. And
Oh,
Oh, okay.
it's filled with ginger. It's really good.
oh, nice.
Ginger
Very
and
good.
sugar. What else?
Right? Oh, God.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks. Have a good week.
You too.
Too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.